project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts about how that project is being ran. Now, if you're looking at the show title or the main thing, you might be like, "What, Bauer? This was supposed to be a Kickstarter hype check." Well, they decided to go ahead and launch this thing well in advance of when I thought they would, because based on what I saw on their Board Game Geek page, which was not much information at all, and based on what I saw just in general, but they decided to launch it, which might be part of the reason why they're 71st in popularity right now on Kickstarter. So there are 70 other games right now on Kickstarter that are more popular with them, despite the fact that they just recently launched, I would imagine, in the last, yesterday it looks like. So launching on a Sunday, that's an interesting choice. You don't see that very often. Most people aren't here on Sundays. If I recall correctly, I feel like Tuesday was supposed to be one of the busiest days or something like that, which is why most of the time was Tuesday. They're from New Zealand, interestingly enough, which is not something we typically see from there. But I do want to look at this instead of from how hyped I am for this game now to a full-blown Kickstarter critique. So Lifeship, Humanity's Last Hope. So look at the main image. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. I loathe it. So you have art. The art looks like it could be AI-generated art, which isn't a good thing necessarily for most people. But at the end of the day, I'm saying that because there's so much other more useful stuff you could be showing me here than 3 very generic-looking white characters, right? Like, you are striking out on everything with this. Like, 3 white characters, most people won't care, right? But some people will. Art that looks like it might be AI generated. Most people won't care, but some people will. You have no player length, no time count, no age, no mechanisms, no components. It's just, hey, here's 3 pieces of art. Hi. So Lifeship, a narrative skirmish board game with real choices. Now, I will say you got me there, because that was honestly what kind of intrigued me to it in the first place. Skirmish board game with real choices. I'm assuming that means it's a legacy-esque game. Deck build, battle, and survive Earth's ruins in a galaxy that remembers your choices. 1 to 4 player, co-op, and true solo. Your crew awaits. So now that I will say this description has absolutely crushed it for me. I think the description is spectacular. It tells me it's a deck building game. It's cooperative. It has true solo, so that means that I'm not playing multiple-handed things. And the fact that you called it true solo means a lot to me as a solo gamer. That's like a little thing that a lot of people wouldn't think about. It's like, oh, what's true? A lot of people are like, what's true solo even mean? You know, and I'm pretty sure it means that it's not a two-handed shenanigans. It's like, oh yeah, you're going to play as 2 characters, but it's like, okay. And maybe it has its own specific game mode. Either way, it's a good thing to mention. It gets me excited. It tells me that you know about this hobby enough to say to yourself, oh, it's a true solo mode, right? That tells me a lot. But this main image tells me nothing. I'm still intrigued by the game though, because deck building, legacy-esque, co-op, solo, count me in, $99,000. That is a huge chunk of change to be asking for, especially considering I think this is their first project. Got 13,000% funded. Always after the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? That's what you need to convince Kickstarter backers. Let's see if they do it. 430. Wow. That's a long time. Hopefully we got a banger here.
Humanity is on the brink of extinction. What little hope remains lies in a few titanic structures known as life ships. With the help of an incompetent captain and their grumpy first mate Sasha, you'll have to navigate a terrifying universe to complete missions and keep your life ship running. How will you survive? Will you survive?
So why couldn't you show me what my ship looks like and how I'm moving cubes or something aside from incredibly generic art? And I'm not trying to insult the artist in any way, shape, or form, but it is what it is. It looks like generic space game art, and we're focusing on it this much on the main image on the first 22 seconds.
The choice is yours.
Come on, please get to it.
Hi,
Personal
I'm Chris,
touch, cool.
And I've played.
Love it. Loving the background. That's exactly what I want to see. Fantastic. And I already kind of inferred that with true solo. And also, this shot gets me so excited. Like, that gets me excited more about this game. Let's go.
I played a lot of tabletop games in my lifetime. And as much as I love them, I keep running into the same problem. Sooner or later, they, well, end. I wanted to create something different. A game that couldn't be solved. A game where every session felt fresh. An immersive experience where the choices you make truly shape the play of the game. So I created Life.
Okay. I feel like he really took a long time to hammer home that point, but it's an important point to hammer home because it's like I played all these games. Like I played like Ryan Lockett's games, and I played Frosthaven and this, that, the other thing, and I wanted something that I wasn't getting, and so I made it. I get it. I get it why he's hammering it so hard.
Lifeship, an innovative tabletop adventure where deck building, base building, and
Love all the information on the cards. Great miniatures. See, like whatever. Don't really need the minis, but that's one of those things that we could have showcased on the front, right? Even if you just had a picture of the mini next to the generic artwork, that would make the generic artwork like, okay, at least we're getting minis here. You know?
tactical
Show me something.
skirmishes collide, and no two games are ever the same. In Lifeship, you and your crew are part of one of the last colony ships to leave Earth. Your job? Survive, adapt, and forge a future among the stars. You'll build your character, choose a class, and embark on missions to secure resources for your people. Just be sure to plan for xenospiders, pirates.
See, I would love to see more information than just the art. Like, or maybe just show me how many characters there are, how many classes there are. Like, an idea, like, oh, there's like 12 and you pick from one. It's just, I feel like the over-reliance on art here,
To secure
not a great
resources
choice.
for your people. Just be sure to plan for xenospiders, piratists, or an array of over
Like, I'd love to see what what's different. What's different? Is it just the card? Does it have different text on it? Or is this like a big thing? Like, you know, for instance, Aeon's End, where it's like, oh, it's its own separate board and the cubes move different or something. Like, you could be showcasing components to me while you're showcasing this to me.
200 deadly
Because 4 minutes and 30 seconds, that's a long time to ask for in a Kickstarter video.
or not so deadly enemies. With hundreds of unique missions, a true solo mode, and a
Hundreds.
custom website that narrates.
Wow, hundreds. I want to memorize that. That's huge. I would honestly put that like that goes on the main marquee for me. Hundreds of missions, right? That's huge. That means whatever price you tell me can be explained in my head, because it's like, oh, 100 games done.
Your game and tracks your decisions. Lifeship is a game like no other.
What?
We've absolutely packed
Cool.
this game with innovative features that create a truly unique tabletop experience.
Well, why don't we lead with those instead of the generic space theme and art?
We've got simultaneous play, no waiting for turns.
Ah, Tomb Raider! Damn it! I'm sorry, Sean. God, like it's spring break, but kids are.
You'll love our innovative website companion, a living universe. Factions remember you, characters react to your past actions, and missions evolve based on your decisions. The site takes care of bookkeeping, letting you focus on the adventure.
And it's not an app, so it's never going to go away in theory, which is a thing that a lot of people worry about, and rightfully so. It's getting to the point now where there's like a couple apps where I'm like, oh, crud, like I could just never have it again. Cool. I love what they're doing here. I feel like we should lead with this stuff. This sounds really cool.
Rather than
Like, if you lead with this along with the fact, because you teased it, right? You teased it. Like, I played all these games, but I want to do something totally different. Like this feels like it could have cut 2 minutes off this, and it would have been way better. And I haven't even seen the last 2.5 minutes, but it's just,
managing
I feel like we could have seamlessly interweaved things, which also makes me a little bit scary for the rule booklet. So hopefully that's here too.
stats and logs. Who will you befriend? Who will you betray? And who will come back for revenge? Deck building with a twist. You'll build your deck from a mix of character cards, class cards, and
There we go, class cards. Look at that, that's great. Got a little flavor text there too.
and equipment, tailoring your strategy to each mission.
Cards don't look beautiful, but I mean, they also said that this is the rough version. Definitely look functional though. Like I don't have any issues though.
But be careful,
It's a good shot. All the different cards. Can't wait to see the number.
too much salvage clogs your deck, and managing your resources is key to survival. Base building and progression. Your Lifeship is more than just a home. It's your strategic hub. Spend cash.
See, like, why did this would have been great when you just showed me like, oh, hey, here's there's a life strip like. No, show me the cool stuff. Get to it. Your game's not special. That's the thing you always have to remember. I tell this to everybody. Your game is not special to anyone outside of your bubble for the most part, right? You are 71st in popularity, and I'm not saying that in a mean game. Your game probably is way more special than a lot of the 70 on top of you. They're like, just another of this game or that game. But you got to showcase that to me, and I feel quicker.
Your Lifeship
And that main image does not.
is more than just a home.
Like, that looks
it's your
great.
strategic hub. Spend captain's credits.
Like, I want to know, like, how many cards are on this, too. Like, how many, like, is it, because it looks like it's a polyomino aspect to it, maybe, or something like that. I
More
love
than
it.
just a home. It's your strategic hub. Spend captain's credits to upgrade your ship, improve facilities, or, well, buy taco subscriptions. Fail forward design. Failing a mission doesn't stop the story, and trust me, you'll fail. It just changes it. No restarts, no wasted time, just a new path forward. Cloning technology.
Cool.
Death isn't the end. If your character dies, they're cloned, mutated, and changed, returning with powerful new abilities, or perhaps just an extra thumb.
That artwork looks so different from some of the other artwork, and it was so incredibly disjarring. I don't mind it. I actually really kind of love it when the artwork's disjarring in games. Like, I've had people look at my game of Catan and be like, "Oh my god, please put away some of that stuff." It's like, no, I love mixing it all. But yeah, I think I'm in the minority there. It is what it is. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, it doesn't, like, honestly, if this was the artwork on the front, like, I would like that more than the generic stuff. Like, I don't know.
Just an extra thumb. Who knows?
That is a cool idea, though.
Loot and salvage system. Scavenge for resources, but be careful. Too much loot clogs your deck, and it's worthless until you get it.
So this is, once again, this has me concerns for the rule booklet. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds here, so I am going to critique it more here. Like, you literally already said this exact thing when we were talking about deck building earlier. And if I'm this deep into the hobby where you're, like, all this stuff that you're trying, like, I understand how deck building works, right? Like the fact that you even need to mention it, probably not. Like, I feel like this could have hit the cutting room floor, and the fact that it's in here twice just is like...
Back to the ship. Smart enemy AI. Enemies don't just attack blindly. They hide, they retreat, and they strategize. Even a lowly rat can outmaneuver.
See, I feel like this would have been great if it were formatted into 2 videos. This, the longer format video, but then also the cut, like, 2-minute, super tight version as well, and then you can just tease at the end. By the way, if you want to see way more, we got tons of it. We got videos down here that does that.
For an unprepared team. True solo mode.
But if you do get them to watch the video, I think it does its job. Definitely.
Play your way. Not every game balances solo play properly, but Lifeship was built for it from the start. Enter Sedalion, your fully customizable AI companion. Sedalion is a streamlined, strategic cope.
Yeah, the video is getting a bit long, but it's all mentioning it's great stuff. All this stuff is great stuff that I would want to know about. It's just, tease me, like, give me the sizzle, and then I can get the steak later on, right? That's that huge spot in the story where you put all the information. Let me go to that if I want to.
Pilot. Choose from 4 distinct roles: combat, healing, tech, or salvage.
Cool.
And adapt them to suit your needs.
Like, that
He
seems
supports you
awesome.
without
Like, that sounds
overshadowing
really
you,
cool.
so every decision is still yours to make. And best of all, he doesn't take a share of the loot. Endless replayability. With 48 missions per run and a second campaign mode with all new missions, no 2 games are alike. Why pledge now? We wanted a game that blends deep strategy, engaging combat, and meaningful storytelling. So we made one.
You already said this! Like, once again, we're just saying the same things that have already been said, and it's just, this is what I was getting. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You gotta bring it.
Designed for hardcore strategists as well as casual gamers, sci-fi fans, and storytellers alike, whether you're playing solo or with friends. And with Kickstarter exclusive rewards, expansions, and our first print and play prelude, backing Lifeship now gives you more content and a better.
That's a great like, I do like that at the end, though. I just wish the end was way sooner.
Price than waiting for retail. This is your chance to be part of something truly unique. Back Lifeship today and help us bring this game to life. Join the mission, make your mark, and remember, failure is just another path forward.
Okay. The reason why I covered this game and why I was going to cover it as part of a Kickstarter hype check was because I think the game legitimately looks super stinking cool. And I still do think it looks super stinking cool. However, I think that video and this main image specifically, which is the most generic, boring main image that you possibly could have, it doesn't even tell me if it's a role-playing game, a video game, a mobile game, a board game, a freaking PDF files. Now, when it gets here, it does, right? When I actually see this part. But I guess it says board game there. It's just, it could have been so, like, it's not, it looks so generic. So $99,000, now I kind of see why you need that much with the website and everything on the back end. it's a very high goal. So do I want it though? Yes. Can you do it? If you get $100,000, I imagine, yeah, you probably could definitely do that. Yeah. And how much is it? Don't know. I'd like to know. First grade night back. Irkamgi Labs is a tabletop game company based in New Zealand. Our debut game, Lifeship, is launching Kickstarter March 31st, 2025. Well, then here's the thing. If you knew the date it was, don't just put it there. Put it on the thing. So if you go look on Kickstarter right now, you can look at upcoming games, right? So you can go up here and it'll show you how to do it. It's like, just type in HH. It'll take us to there. And then you go up here, you go by magic, and you go by popularity, more filters, and then upcoming, right? So you can go look at your upcoming projects, and this is a bunch of upcoming stuff. Well, with HH. Put coming March 31st here, right? Because, yeah, April 22nd. Like, that's a super useful thing to do. And honestly, that's how I cover stuff a lot of the times because people do that. So that just feels like a thing that is nice to have here, but 100% should have been on there. And the second you knew what it was, like, that's when we're getting people here. We want a day one. Oh, it didn't launch yesterday? I don't know. Navigate a humorously terrifying universe, complete missions, and keep your life ship running. So there's humor. Because I didn't really get that except for that one specific card, which felt very jarring, remember? And I didn't have a problem with the jarring, but maybe I would have leaned into that a little bit earlier, especially if you told me it's a humorous 100 things. But now you're just like, okay, it's humorous now. And I'm like, okay. I didn't know we were going humorous, but that is literally the first word you're starting with here. So humor apparently is one of the stars of the show. I don't feel like you sold me that very well. Lifeship is narrative-driven stuff. Yeah, more info below. I got that. I had a fantastic time playtesting Lifeship last week. Lifeship is a gigantic sci-fi themed dungeon crawler with a hugely diverse range of characters to choose from and enemies to blast. There's a deep world building, a great sense of humor baked into the writing, and a huge death and replayability with nearly 150 unique missions. The game comes with a very polished campaign website which tracks your decisions, relationships with characters, and factions. Dave. Okay. I had a fantastic time playtesting this last week. And then it's literally... Yeah. It's a fine quote. Hopefully there's some quotes from people who are more well-known than Dave. I mean... Or if Dave is well known, make it clickable. Send me at least to his BGG stuff, you know. This is that game. Remember the one you were told about? Epic adventure, enthralling and funny story, meaty but accessible, crawling with interesting bad guys. Yeah, I know. You've been sold the dream too many times and been disappointed. Look no further. This game delivers, said Ricky. So the first two quotes are just from Dave and Ricky, which is fine, right? But it's like you want some other quotes from people who are not Dave and Ricky, because I don't know Dave and Ricky. I don't know how many games Dave and Ricky... Maybe Ricky loves Take That games. Maybe he loves Take That games and, like, he loves polyomino stuff. And I don't like... It's just... They're fine quotes, but hopefully there's more. Who would love Lifeship? Everyone. You already tried to tell me that. Everyone loves this game. You love sci-fi and comedy films? You're going to love this. You love choice-driven stuff? You're going to love this. Strategy? Love it. No strategy? Love it. What is Lifeship? The Lifeship designed to transport 1 million Earths. So this is the theme, the art. Okay, that blue is that choice looks like I'm underwater, but whatever. Looks fine. Looks like a functional board. I like it. I want to play it. With missions that blend together stuff, things, key features, unique mechanics, classic character customization. I just want the price, right? Website companion. Track your decisions. Can I try this out? That'd be nice if I could give that a test run. Solo play. True solo mode. Sedalian is a thing. Intelligent enemies. Replayability. So pretty much you're just going through every single thing you went through in the video. Gameplay video. Awesome. Full gameplay. Excellent. I don't care if it's just you in front of a camera.
You can't see.
There you go. So if you really want to get a feel for a game, there you go. That's nice. Okay. This is one of those times, those rare times where it's like, hey, a preview video. At least one would be great. You need a preview. Like a quick 5 to 10 minute thing where I could get it. Because right now, you don't have that, I don't feel like. Because I watch your video, I don't get it. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. And I don't want to sit through an hour. This is a lot of text. I don't, like, this is just so much text. This looks like a rough draft. Our playtesting and iteration process, like, I don't even... I want to see your rule booklet. I really want to see your rule booklet after looking at this and seeing the redundancies in the video. Because that's something I see a lot. Meet the team. I play games of all kinds, especially board and card games. One of my favorite things to do when I get a new game is memorize the rule booklet and all the cards within, much to the annoyance of my fellow players. I was a games prefect in high school, where I first forayed into the realm of game design. I've continued to be passionate about board games. Oh. Huh. So it's 4 people. So it's not the one guy talking. We're a team of about 4 friends who've been working together for a long time, decades even. When you put plural on decades, that guy looks awfully young. Like, decades, even. I guess because somebody's probably somebody's dad or something. We play role-play games, war games, and board games together. Yep. I'm going to guess that's okay. So he's not saying all of them, but some of them. In February, Chris had an idea for a board game. So wow, it's been making for 2 years. You're making one of the most innovative games of all time. Did it in 2 years. That's very impressive. You knocked out a simple version that week, and then we tested it. That idea became a vision, and Lifeship was born 18 months later. We were demoing a prototype and working together on an end product. We have other projects on the horizon as well, including a tabletop role-playing game, also massively ambitious. Supports human artists and creatives. We do not use AI in our products. Oh, so that's not AI artwork. Okay. It just looks like it. I'm a gamer who's been a deep appreciation for robust rules. I've played cards and board games for half my life, often becoming the rules guru and judged Magic the Gathering and Flesh and Blood at high levels. I also love seeing communities grow and thrive, seeing all the different personalities come together for great board games and the stories that come from them. I have an honors degree in linguistics and find that many ways we interact with games is a language fascinating. These are very robust for about me's, right? And that's fine, but it's not more important than your price. Like, okay. I designed my first board game at 17, a Monopoly-based game that incorporated Warhammer Fantasy characters. I've been playing TTRPGs with the rest of the Ikangi Labs team for decades, and I love board games. My father's work, Sleeping Gods. I love choices, making Lifeship is a dream come true. I have been an navigator for my entire life. My dad, yeah, but this is all good stuff. But not before we get to the components of your game. Not before we get to the price of your game. Hey, before we get into that important stuff about my game, let me talk about me real quick, everyone. You see, like, when you say it out loud, it's like, right? Like, I don't need to read 4 paragraphs. They're lengthier paragraphs about you guys before I get to your components, right? Components are what's in the box. Metal coins, miniatures. I love the fact that you zoomed out of those as far as humanly possible. 1,300 linen cards. Jesus, this is what you mentioned in the video. You got 4.5 minutes. You're not going to mention you have over 1,300 cards, especially when you show me cards with tons of text on them. That's a duh. I don't need to know about how you've been playing TTRPGs for decades before you tell me you have 1,300 plus cards. I'm sold. I'm in. I'm ready for this price. Just get over with it. What is it, 150? 180? 200? What is it? 100 plus campaign games, 1,300 cards. I'm in. 300 plus equipment cards. There's 1,600 cards, 1,700 cards, 1,730, 1,830. So we're nearly at 2,000 cards. Lead with your strong suits. I'd say having nearly 2,000 cards for any board game, especially one that's talking about how it has 100 campaigns and missions, is your strong suit. The fact that it's so buried. Like, look where it is in relative position of the page. More than 50% of the way down. 25 minutes into checking out your page, I now say, oh, 1,000, 1,300 cards. I guess. Thanks. Pledge tier. Man, I want to see your rule booklet. You should get a graphic designer first thing. Like, this graphic design feels like Kickstarter from 12 years ago. Imagine sleeving all that. I don't sleeve, but oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be terrible. All priced and listed in New Zealand dollars with USD equivalent. Cool. Pay what you want. Don't want or can't afford the base game but still want to support us? Yeah, just give us money. Pay what you want. Cool. $200. The base game and all that entails, which you didn't spotlight very well at all. So essentially, I'm taking a $200 flyer on you. Appropriate stretch goals as they unlock. I put that higher, even though I haven't hit them. But it's more important than about you, I'd say. And that's not an insult to you. It's just know what's important. It's your game. The base game and all that entails access to our testing Discord. A physical copy of the Prelude. Oh, so you get the print and play sent to you. Dr. Chip's physical model. Is that the dog? Is that a miniature? So I paid $50 for a mini, a physical, the physical copy of the game, but print and play it, I'm guessing. Folded posters set. Okay, so some posters that you have never shown me or mentioned up to any point till now. So I don't know how much they are, how big they are, the quality of them. But hey, you're asking me now for pay, give you extra 50 extra bucks for them. Every stretch goal, clone tiers get and more. Okay, so we have a boatload of stretch goals planned. I imagine cart in front of the horse over $1 million. They're not going to show us that, but judging by this. Also, I wonder if their opinion on AI art has changed. Your likeness in the game. 25 person limit. A piece of art based on the photo viewer level will be commissioned and use the art for one of our pre-tested and balanced characters. Yeah, that's a really smart idea. $250 gets you extra to get in the game. 300 really if you're going from here. And that's a huge chunk of cash too. That's $12,500. Captain's favorite custom character in the game. Okay, so they're essentially going to take their characters and plop you in there. Legend, bespoke character. So this one, oh, wow! It's not $3,000, dear. It's only $29.99. Too bad Kickstarter won't let you throw in those extra 99 cents so you can get the that extra $1.98 off those two people who I'm sure are going to snatch that up very quickly. I joke, but that probably will be 100% taken because that's the kind of pledge that allows someone to artificially throw a big chunk of money into their Kickstarter campaign, right? Be like, oh yeah, we sold out of this, we sold out of that. Not insinuating that's what they're doing, but that is 100% what people do, right? It's like, because sometimes people will artificially inflate their numbers. Then when they get people to actually back, they'll pull some stuff out, back and forth and back and forth. Captain's Credits store retail pledge, 3 copies of the base game. And I love how you're going from, okay. Stretch goals, 50% more mutations included every base game for free. Grows the game and a new head. Cool. I wish I knew how many mutations were in the game in the first place, so that would be exciting to me. What is it? Is it like, because I imagine there's a lot. I imagine there's like probably 30? So does that mean I'm getting 45 now? Like, once again, numbers are helpful in selling me things. That's crazy to know. Radio play voice acting for year 1. Recurring characters will all be distinctly voiced by different voice actors. That's cool. That's a banger. And it's only $10,000 extra. I put the New Zealand, I mean, it's nice because they're your people, put the New Zealand money there, but yeah, the majority of people are probably going to be from the United States of America, even though it might be New Zealand now, honestly, with looking at this. Oh, man, that's not good. That is very not good. When the United States of America is only beating New Zealand by 1, that means you are not captivating the American audience there very well. Short stories for prelude characters, narration, voice acting for events, information for Lifeship captains, unread PDF. Like, it's just text, like, just more graphics and graphic designs, and be nice. Super Team badge, included in the clone tier. Congratulations, you met the minimum requirement to be a Super Team member. You can be cloned. Sure, cool, wish I knew what that meant. So $350,000 you're showing me. I guessed $1 million. But then again, I was also guessing $1 million that they had planned. Because, yeah, you have pie in the sky, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I just wouldn't show up to $1 million. Folded poster set, included cool. Is that poster set you were talking about earlier that you didn't tell me anything about? Now I know the same amount I knew before. Neat. Meet the characters. Okay? I met them. If I want to read them, Timeline in progress. All classes are complete. Non-campaign Kickstarter equipment are 90% complete. 90 of 150 missions are completed. So 80 of 150 unique enemies complete. Estimated delivery date to all backers, December 2026. Pledging. It's a lot of information for pledging. And then we offer free shit. Oh, God. Oh, 2/3 of. I'm just going to go with a full point grade bump down for just this and just all the positioning. I'm just going to go with a 1 point grade bump down for everything bad that I've seen so far up to this point. Just all the exciting stuff that's in stupid positions and all the stuff that we're leaning into that aren't that exciting and just everything. And this is one of them. The fact that I don't know that there's free shipping until I get to the absolute bottom of the page is dumb. Like going back to the main image, which is just absolute nothingness. Just, you could at least put free shipping here. Like, at least then I get it. That's probably not a video game or something. Like, I don't know. Free shipping to those just. You want more people in the United States of America backing? Then let me know shipping is free, because that's one of the main things that people are concerned about right now, especially with all the tariffs, is, oh gosh, am I going to get jacked on the back end of the shipping? Oh, nope, it's free. You're paying it on the front end. That's why it costs so much. But the bottom line is, it shouldn't have felt like it cost so much because you have over 1,300, you have like 2,000 cards or something ridiculous. You have over 100 missions. It's just the way that you constructed and sold me on this was so poor. I have no belief. And I want to believe. Call me Scolder and Mully. Flip that. So early bird clone. So 100. Wow. Thanks. So $5 off. Okay. I'm going to guess they're like, man, I want an early bird, but we don't want to make it so bad that people will get mad in the background. They're like, all right, just make it a bad one. So $5. It's $5 off. It's not bad, but it's not. It's 2.5% off. You know what's better than that? Just scream from the rooftop. It's free shipping. You don't even mention it here. You don't even mention free shipping, right? Everybody's like, oh, early bird, $5 off and free shipping. Like, honestly, if I was looking at the early bird and I saw that it was only $5 off of a $200 game, but then I saw free shipping, I would assume that that was actually part of the deal. But yeah, just the not mentioning free shipping, like, oh my gosh, no, please, for love, like, that's in the video. You got 4.5 minutes and you don't mention me. You got free shipping to the country that's gonna have the most people. Super team member, there's all these other pledges that instead of having, a picture of the art or what I'm getting or the boxes, just generic ass artwork, nothing but generic artwork. Where's the AI? Where's the AI statement? I want to know. Because I actually don't give a crap about AI art. But you went out of your way to mention it on your Board Game Geek page. And I'm going to guess that that's going to go away. Because it does not look to me that this is I don't want to. See, because when you say that, is that insulting? To say, oh, your art looks like AI art? I don't even know. It's such a weird timeline. All right, 14 FAQ. My solo player, well, I need to double hand to play Lifeship. No, it's true solo. You've spotlighted that from the jump. You did a good job on that. How much time between player turns? Good news! Players choose the cards to play for the turn at the same time. Simultaneous action. Cool. Do I need to download? Does the website work online? Who is Dr. Chips? That shouldn't be a frequently asked question. You should just explain your pledge levels in your game better. They got meme from like the Norman Rockwell guy standing up at like a PTA meeting. I feel like that's me saying that. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be an FAQ. You should just explain what I'm buying. Thank you. I just joined the crew. Permission to come aboard and see where this journey takes us. Glad to be here. It looks like it'd be a great game. Love your guys' passion. It really shows in the YouTube dev videos. Oh, there's numerous ones? Those would be good to spotlight. Lifeship, more like launch ship. Congrats and the best. So they're friends on here, which is cool. They got 22 people from New Zealand. That's a nice number. But, man. No preview. No rule booklet. like no really solid component shot of like what I'm getting. And I'm not talking, I know obviously like this is a prototype and whatnot, but like show me the huge stack of prototype cards, right? Like this looks like I've, oh, that's a spiral thing too. Cool. Zoom in on that. Like it's just ick. Like there's just so many things here. It feels like this is a Kickstarter that should have had another month to 3 months just simmering. And I'm gonna guess maybe they just didn't want to go up against like the summer rush. I'm gonna like that feels like it might be it. And it's just this doesn't feel like it's ready. And a lot of it's just that video and the organization and what you do mention in the video, you don't mention for a while. And just, I really want to see your rule booklet personally after how redundant you were in many instances. Your organization, it scares me. Also, I kind of want to know now, are you using AI art? I typically do not care, but when you go out of your way to pound your chest in your description on Board Game Geek, but then I look at it like, man, that looks AI as F, and then I don't see it mentioned at all, which is typically, like, everybody mentions that. Bring you the absolute best, series of the best, and no one's mentioning the comments or updates. That'll come later. Someone's going to mention it eventually. I just like to know personally, because if it is, you should probably change that on Board Game Geek because it looks bad. I don't think it looks good either way. That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you don't need to pound your chest about it because, I mean, actually, whatever. So do I want it? Yes, I still do. I still want to play the game. It looks fun. I imagine the rule booklet's not going to be good at all. And it's cowardly to not put that up there, and I think you 100% should. It is not good for you. It is not good for your backers, because your backers will tear it apart. They will give you feedback. They will criticize it, and that is good. That is good. That is what you need. That is what you want, right? You need it now, because once you don't want them to do it right before you have to like talk to your manufacturer and like be like, all right, we actually need to wait a little bit because we need some changes on the rule book. You don't want to do that. Get it now. This does not look like it's going to fund in its current thing, and I don't see anything on this page that tells me otherwise. Like, we're not going to be hitting stretch goals. It just launched. You got your big chunk of people out of New Zealand, and then getting people from the United States of America when you're 71st in popularity is going to be rough. Like, so hopefully you have some content creators lined up, you have some live stream stuff lined up, but that's the kind of stuff that you should also be telling me about on the page. Like, there's not a preview, but we have one coming from X, Y, and Z. That will be annoying, and I'll say, well, why didn't you just wait to launch? But at the end of the day, at least I'll know that. But now there's just not. I go to the FAQ, and it's like, who's chipped? Like, it's just, ick. Do I want it? Yes, but that's because I thought this game looked really cool. A legacy deck building game with not the app, but the website and the 1,300 cards. That's my style of game. This is why this was a hype check. I'm still hyped for the game. I just want someone who knows how to play it to teach me. Can you do it? I don't feel that comfortable with it, but if you got $100,000, I would, right? Because like looking at this game, component-wise, it's not a difficult game to make. Like 1,300 cards sounds like hard, but it's like not. It's just you just tell your manufacturer, hey, I need 1,300 cards, and it's a lot. Metal coins, same thing. Imagine especially if they're just generic stuff. The minis, the fact that you haven't zoomed in on the minis, that scares the living daylights out of me. But once again, you have $100,000, so you can pay for the custom molds and this and that and the other thing. It's your first time, though, which scares me. What are your add-ons again? How many add-ons do you have? I don't even remember. It's such a boring add-on section. Like, there's no pictures at all. Hoodies, dice set, shirts. A chips model, so it's an extra miniature that's not going to be in the base game. So it's like posters. We're going to reprint the original one, I guess. But is that just a print and play? There's not a lot of information about it. And then you're going to have, yeah, this is so much stuff that, can you do it? No, I don't feel comfortable with it. Like, I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt because if you succeeded, you would have $100,000. But once you start selling all this stupid crap, that's when I get concerned. All this stupid crap that is going to mean you're going to have to ship it. You're going to have to, in theory, make a minimum print run or this. It's just yuck. Can you do it? I don't feel that comfortable with it based on looking at the page. How much is it? It seems fine. Price is fine. You didn't spotlight it well. You didn't spotlight the price well. You didn't spotlight the shipping or lack of shipping since it's free shipping well. You didn't spotlight your components well. It's just 100 plus missions, 1,300 cards, 21 miniatures, $200. That seems reasonable. So I'll say your Kickstarter reasonable, but you could have sold it to me really well in that video, and you just didn't. You just didn't, and it's instead I have to just search through your page and scavenge through everything, and people aren't going to do that for you, right? There's not enough hype here. You're 71st in popularity. There's no rule booklet. There's no preview. Like, this feels like one that's going to have to, most likely, unless they just push this across the finish line because they got a lot of extra disposable income or angel investors or backers or whatever, this feels like one where they're going to have to relaunch this with a lot more meat and potatoes and just spotlighting the good stuff. So at the end of the day, Lifeship, a narrative skirmish board game with real choices. If this were one of my hype check videos, which was what it should be, then I would say I'm still hyped for this game. It looks like a passion project from someone who's played a good deal of games. And when someone who's played a good deal of games tells me about how innovative or different or unique something is, I'm much more likely to listen than the guy who's played like 5 or 6 games. And that might sound mean, but at the end of the day, I've been in this hobby for like 13 years now. I've been covering Kickstarter games. I've gotten Kickstarter preview games shipped to my house for the last 12 years, and I've seen a whole bunch of people who reinvented Catan or Dominion or this, that, the other thing after playing like 3, 4, 5 games. And then I've seen a bunch of people who said they were doing a bunch of innovative stuff who played a lot of games. And generally the ones that have played a lot of games are a lot better games because they're like, oh, that's not actually innovative. There's like 20 other games that have done that thing that was a cool idea when it first came out. Not disregarding it. But then there's like 4 or 5 other games now who have even evolved that mechanism to the next step where there's blind bidding or something like that. Hey there, Too Fluent. Thank you. I'll be sure to check my Fiverr after this. So at the end of the day, final grade for Lifeship is not good, even though the game looks fun. I think it's going to have to relaunch. It definitely feels like they rushed this one out. It feels like a rough draft. It feels like you really need to get yourself some graphic design work, or at a bare minimum, just shove all this ugly walls of text down and put all your most important stuff up top so everyone can just get right down to the point, get right what we want to know, 1,300 cards, all that good stuff, and not just have to slog through so much, including stuff about you, which honestly, when I first read it, it sounded like a Chinese company that was just like, all right, let's write 4 descriptions about gamers. I don't think that because you had the personal touch with the video, but that's what it felt like. Not more important than the base game, the pledge tiers, the stretch goals, none of that. Final grade is a D+. Yeah. When I can't tell, just based off your main image, what you even are, like video game, board game, like that's a huge red flag. When I don't know you have free shipping, unless I literally look in your shipping section, it's not even listed on the pledge tier, which would also annoy me if it were listed on the pledge tier, because that's something that you scream from the rooftops, not all the way down at the bottom. Also, the AI art thing is, it just, there's so much art and it looks so artificial intelligence, and then your pledge levels all scream artificial intelligence. Like, oh yeah, how many of these special characters in the game? Oh, there's like 35, 37 or something like that. Like that. Yeah, so go to your BGG page and I would delete that part. Even if it is true, maybe. I mean, that one, if it's, I don't know. It's just funny to me because that was my first thought is, oh, AI art. And then it's like, oh, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. Final grade is D+. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for Lifeship, a narrative skirmish board game with real choices. And if you agree with the basic assessment on the main image that you can tell just what it was. Now, granted, you put it here. That's great. But So generic spacey. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Also, quick show note. I am taking my son to the lake one day this week. I'm not sure which day it will be. It is spring break. I have 3 kids right now at home. It's just craziness. So have a good one. But yeah, bye-bye.